Welcome to the Cyber Espresso Podcast, your quick shot of cybersecurity insights with industry leaders. I welcome today's guest, Charu Pel, CEO of T-Innocent. Charu, my pleasure to have you in our show.
Same here.
So, Charu, I know sometimes you're a frequent traveler. You're in India now or you're in US?
I'm in US at this moment.
Oh my God, it should be really early in the morning. I appreciate your
Yeah,
availability.
thank you. It's 5:07 Central Texas.
So, Charu, you're working with a wide spectrum of organizations, from startups to Fortune 500 companies. How does your approach differ when working with these diverse businesses?
It's very interesting question. Many times when you speak about what we do, people will tend to ask you, are you serving SMBs? Are you serving large corporation, enterprise corporations? And my answer will be the same. It doesn't matter because everything eventually scales up. At the end of the day, what starts small starts getting bigger, and technology industries is about the same. All the companies you see today at one time, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, they were small companies too. And as the needs increase, they start growing and they become enterprise kind of a class. So our products are actually the same. They do scale
Mhm.
up according to the companies. So in short, I would say that working with the large corporation gives a different experience, but that experience also helps small corporation because then you know how to downsize certain things and help them in a best manner. So your best practices can be learned from the large corporation and then can be used wisely for the small corporations. And I can always add many examples on a day-to-day basis to that practice. But let's keep it short and sweet, and we can speak about some examples later on as time permits.
So, at the Innotech Austin conference, you highlighted how Response AI can be a game changer for trust management programs from the very start. Can you break down what Response AI is all about and share some real-world examples?
Yes, so artificial intelligence AI, you will see almost every company has .io extension nowadays. And to what extent you are using AI differs from company to company. Is AI your marketing pitch, or is AI really exist within your organization or within that particular products is always a question. If you're AI, there is a sensitivity about trustworthiness, how much your product is stable, hallucinations, other challenges which comes along with the AI. I will always like to go to ISO 42001 and see, just think in a mind, is this company in front of you is capable of implementing or satisfying the requirement of ISO 42001 if they are using the word AI in their practice. And if you feel that, hey, this company probably not fit for the AI 42,000 practice, then you have to think twice. So in order to address that question, and that question mainly comes from OpenAI versus the response AI. So how does response AI answers that question? Let me tell you. Response AI by definition is something which you already have. Your data is present with you. You're not going to the open space or open websites or open what do you call that browsing outside your realm to find the answers to the question. Probably these
Mhm.
answers are generated by you, your team over a period of time, and it just pulled together. So let's say, for example, a large organization exists in almost 100 countries, and all these 100 practitioners are doing the similar kind of work with hundreds of clients in these multiple countries. And imagine you pull that database together, all the best practices, then put it together. Now you want to answer any question, you could wisely go to this particular database and get the right answer, which you can rely on because this is generated database by your own team, your team members who are equally qualified. In the open AI, or when you go outside and start browsing, you're not sure the answer is correct or not. You do need to check that whether it's accurate or not. And that's principally is the major difference when you do that. When you apply this to the product, it's pretty much easy that if you're answering the same question 10 times, then 11 times you don't need to answer. AI should be able to answer. Is that principle that simple? But imagine you have 10,000 questions you want to answer. You will be able to answer 10,000 questions as you mature yourself with your databases and all the practices. You have to use this very wisely. You should be very knowledgeable about it, because the database within the system has to be clean, it has to be neat and clean, basically. Even though it exists within the organization, somebody has to review it and stabilize it, sanitize it, and get it ready for the purpose you want to make use of it. So that's where response AI is really, really good.
Okay. So, like, it's mostly not going out. So, depending on your knowledge corpus internally, what you have, and correcting, fine-tuning based on those internal knowledge. That's what you're suggesting. Okay.
Yes. There are many questions can be answered, because you have to be very practical. In cybersecurity, you know the domains, or any of the compliance-centric approaches, you know the domains you are looking at, and they are not going to change that drastically. If you look at all the compliance, around 300, 350 compliance, there are best practices, and people will say, hey, use some of the standards in US, some of the standards in other countries, and come up with your own best practices. It's doable. So same way, you can easily look at all the answers which you're generating within your own system, look at it and decide what's the best possible answer to the question. Now let AI do that job for you over a period of time. Is that simple?
Okay. So, businesses are investing resources, money into AI. But how do we genuinely measure its return on investment? What is the ROI for AI?
Say ROI of AI is a highly visible ROI. One is the time. If you value your time, it's just phenomenal speed in getting the answers you are looking for. Simple example, in our product GRC3IO, the trust factor you established, like customer trust, vendor trust. There are a lot of things has to do with the speed at which you are able to reply. What can take 30 days can be achieved within 7 days or 8 days. Normally, people say that, hey, what takes 7 hours manually or you to do a particular job using today's technology can only take 45 minutes using AI. So if that's the scale, you can imagine how much time you are saving. Now, take that time and convert into money based on how many people are going to work for 1 month now, how many people are going to work on simple AI. Your ROI is highly visible ROI. There's a tremendous potential when it comes to savings, and more than savings, getting things ready in the fastest manner. The speed, the time is critical. You cannot buy time, else everything you can buy. But time is something which passed today. This is 5/1/14, 5/1 AM on 4/11/2025 is never going to come back again. Doesn't matter how much money I have. And that's the best answer I can tell you for AI. You use time wisely.
Very good. Chad, I appreciate your time. I know the time is precious, so I want to respect your time. I appreciate your insights and being part of our podcast. I look forward to our conversation in other opportunities.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I really like all the folks in EMEA region can watch this podcast and gain out of it. I firmly believe in sharing the knowledge, so go check our websites like www.securitin.com, grc3.io, call it grc3.io, or innosec, EINNOACC.com. There are also csccommunity.org, which is a library, which is a free library for anyone. Just go register. You'll get tremendous amount of information which is already validated. Once again, csccommunity.org is a public library online available for any user, free of cost. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks for sharing. Yeah.